Ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of the Just Believe Show. I'm your host, Herbie Mack. In today's episode, we're going to talk about boosting self-esteem. Simple steps for a happier you. Have you ever felt like you're not good enough, or you're constantly comparing yourself to others, or just feeling down a little bit? Don't worry, you're not alone. We're going to explore it. Why is it so important, and how to boost your self-esteem? So before we get into that, we're going to have to actually talk about understanding self-esteem and what does that mean. Look, I personally struggled with having low self-esteem. I was like below average when it comes to the confident field. And I kept looking for it, for validations and others to help me do that. And honestly, it's a dangerous game. There's a reason why it says self-esteem is something that you have to work on to make a better you. It's not something that anybody else can do. Yes, you can read a book about it, but if you read it and you have the knowledge, if you're not putting the action to it, guess what? You just read the book just to read the book. So before we get into actionable steps and tips and tools, yeah, we're going to say tools. Let's talk about breaking it down into understanding self-esteem. What is self-esteem? Essentially, it's confidence in one ability or worth and self-respect. Self-esteem is like that voice in your head. It's telling you how much you are worthy. Super important because it affects how you act, how you feel, how you think. So when we talk about it, if you're sitting there and you're like, man, my self-esteem is not that good, don't worry about it. It's essentially like working out. The more and more you do it, the better and better you get at it. Just a muscle. So as you can imagine, there's lots of things that can shape our self-esteem. For example, it could be family, friends, things that you do, your thoughts. It can actually be simple as that. Your genetics, your personality has a role to play. Your life experience, your age, your health, your thoughts, even how others react to you can affect your self-esteem. For example, I thought I was pretty good at basketball, and then I had a really bad game, and I missed a couple of shots. And the fans was so cruel. And not only that, my teammates were sitting there just beating me up. Hey, Herbie, man, come on, man. You missed like 3 shots in a row. Just pass the ball already. Pass the ball. And honestly, that talk took me out the game. I was done. I was just like, you know what? I don't even know if I could do this. I don't even know if I want to play on the team. And then I just thought about shots that I could make, right? Instead of worrying about the fans were saying or my teammates or even the other team, I just blocked out the noise and I just kept working on it because I was having negative thoughts. And that was affecting my self-esteem and my confidence. So it was something that it was just like, hey, you know what? I'm going to get better at it. I'm going to get better at it. And now we're going to talk about the self-esteem toolbox. I have 4 tips for you to really help you with self-esteem toolbox. I don't want you to look at it as this is all you have to do. No, you can use this as a foundation piece and you can add more to it. Or this can give you an idea of how to start your own self-esteem toolbox. So with that being said, let's actually talk about it. Number 1, know yourself. Create a list of things that you're good at and what you love to do. Number 2, set a real goal. Set a realistic goal that's something that you'll be able to aim and crush with no problem to actually boost your self-esteem. For example, if you're someone that's saying, man, I want to work out, I want to go to the gym. Instead of saying, hey, I'm going to go to the gym every day, you can just have a realistic goal and say, hey, I'm going to go just once a week. That's it. That's a realistic goal. And that will have you build up your self-esteem just a little bit more. Let's talk about number 3. Probably one of my favorites is discovering you, trying new hobbies, new books, new journaling, new activities, things to just explore. You may be sitting there stuck in a rut and be like, man, I don't know if I really like that. So look, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I was just someone that was used to playing video games and hanging out with my friends. And when I was going through my depression and I was going through my suicidal ideation, for some of you that may know, and having attempts, I decided to try new things. And I was so used to playing video games, don't judge me. I was playing for about 16 hours or so on my off days from work. And it was fun. You had all these side missions and all that, but I wasn't really feeling like me. It was like, oh, I'm beating the game. What else is new? And then I really just started reading books. And one of my favorite books that I started reading was The Four Agreements. I was like, oh man, this is ways to view life in a simple way. It was very simple 4 agreements that you can just hold accountable to yourself. And that's why I guess I was inspired to create this list with just 4 foundational pieces. And in that, I started reading more, right? I went from probably reading I don't know, 0 books a year to actually overachieving 50 books, and then 75, and then to 100. So that really inspired me to just explore a whole new world and just get out of the video games. But also while I was reading, sometimes, and there's multiple ways to read, so you don't have to necessarily buy the hardcover book. You can use a Kindle. And one of my favorite things to use is honestly, one of my other favorite ones is listening to the audio and downloading my book and just as I'm walking outside or if I'm driving in the car, it's very similar to a podcast. I just play it and I just get a chance to learn or just explore the whole new world that I never thought about before. So that's something that I've learned to do. And it also, just to add on, even exploring new activities. For example, I did a salt room, I did indoor skydiving. Those were something that I thought I would never do, but it was just exploring that. And I actually found that I enjoy it. So with that being said, let's talk about number 4, change and grow. Changing your mind about who you are. It's okay. If you start discovering a new version of you and you start liking it because, for example, you started reading books and you realize, man, not only these self-help books that are helping me get into real estate or you get into finances or you even just think about just the possibilities of just exploring. If you want to sit there and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to live the van life and that's okay. You're comfortable with that. That's who you're becoming. Some of your friends may not like it, but at the end of the day, it's not about what they like. It's about what you like. And when you do that, I know you probably want to have the same core friends that you do. Trust me, we all do, but sometimes you outgrow them and that's okay. That just leaves room for new friends and new people to come in your life that's on a similar wavelength. You can always go back and hang out with some of your friends. I still do too. There's some of my friends that I hang out with that just want to sit down and watch football. And there's new friends that I hang out with that we talk about entrepreneurship or we talk about things as far as from a mental health perspective. And just, hey, I'm a new dad. I'm struggling. Oh, hey, man, this is what I did with my kids. Or, hey, I'm still struggling with my kids and it's still trying to balance a work life. Do you have any tips? And that's what life is all about. It's just really connecting with people that get you. Also, not losing yourself and trying to become that person or that person. Just really just being you and being okay with that. If you guys are listening to this, please don't forget to rate this podcast and share it with a friend. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You already know I have a challenge for you. This week, I just want you to do one thing that makes you proud and share it. Let me know. You can tag me on Facebook, tag me on Instagram, even on TikTok. I have my social media links all in the description if you listen to this. And then if I have it on YouTube, if you're listening to it, I don't think description, whatever. I have my social media links on the show notes if you listen to this, an audio version. And I also have it in the, I don't know why I can't talk. Okay. So with that being said, I have a challenge for you guys. In this week challenge, I want you to do one thing to make you proud and just share it with me because I want to root you on. I want to be there and cheer you on. I want to let everybody know, yeah, I'm proud of you. And I'm even going to participate in the challenge. So you're like, hey, how can I let you know what I'm doing? I have the show. So and you're probably wondering, hey, how can I let you know what I'm doing or what my challenge is? And the show notes, I have my social medias. You could just tag me there on any platform that you like to use. And honestly, in the description as well, I have it. The links is here and you can just tag it. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, honestly, just tag it, comment on YouTube. Hey, this is the challenge that I'm going to do. And I'm going to do one thing to make you proud. And I'll sit back and I'll respond to you and let you know, hey, this is the one thing that I did and it made me so proud. That's going to lead us into the next topic, avoiding the comparison trap. You're probably wondering, what is the comparison trap? If you're sitting there and you're constantly comparing yourself to others, like, man, I wish I was, like this person, they got their life so organized. I'm not as talented as an usher. I can't sing and dance. I am not as good looking as a Michael B. Jordan or even a Brad Pitt. Stop comparing yourself to that person and that person. Just honestly focus on you. When you do that, you're bringing down your self-esteem and you're losing the fact of what makes you. I can't stress this enough. There's only one person like you that has the uniqueness like you, that walk, talk, sing, dance, the quirkiness, the beautifulness, the handsomeness. Yeah, I don't even know if beautifulness is a word. I just made it up just for you because I want you to really understand that you are special. Simple as that. So when you start comparing yourself to the person to the left of you and the person to the right of you, it just loses you. And we can't do that because you are the most important thing in your life. Look, I understand if you have kids, if you're married, yes, they do matter. But what is life without you if you can't be there for them? If you can't be there to provide, to just, and I don't even mean like financial. Like, I'm not going to get that deep. I'm just talking about a simple hug of saying, hey, I love you. I love you. Before you start shelling out all that love elsewhere, make sure you shell it on the inside and say, hey, you know what? Others may not think I'm attractive. Others may not think I'm talented or organized, but guess what? I don't care what they think. I care what I think. Hey, look, in my eyes, I may never be on the GQ magazine, but guess what? I still think I'm an attractive young man. In my wife's eyes, I am not the most organized person in the world, but guess what? In my eyes, I'm pretty organized in my unique way. So I'm cool with that. And I own it. To be honest with you, it doesn't matter how that person views me. It just matters how I view myself. And I work on building up my self-esteem just by the simple tools in the toolbox I said earlier. So I can't just stop comparing yourself to this person and that person and just really focus on you and own it and realize, hey, there's no one on, there's no one on the planet that can be me but me. So with that being said, I have 4 tips on how to improve your self-esteem. And number 1 is stop the inner critic. That's something I used to struggle with so many times. I used to always be so hard on myself, just like everyone else, right? Man, I'm not doing enough, right? I'm watching these people on social media, these social media gurus telling me that I have to avoid sleep and just keep grinding, grinding, grinding. And then I'm like, man, am I doing enough? I feel like I'm not. Yeah, I'm taking on all these hours, but I'm not really being productive. I got to do this, I got to do that. And really being hard on myself, beating myself up. And I had to learn. That was just my inner critic talking. And what made me really stop listening to my inner critic was just naming him, giving him a name, something that I know that I can't take serious and it really has no control. So, for example, the name I gave it was Daffy Duck. And Daffy Duck is just one of those characters, those cartoon characters that he just rambles. And for me, I thought that was a perfect name because this way, when he's talking and he's rambling, I acknowledge what he's saying, but I don't have to listen. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, that wasn't the best move. Yeah, that wasn't my best. But guess what? Practice make progress. So just me practicing that and acknowledge whatever he's saying that day and just blocking him out makes life so much easier for me because I know at the end of the day, I'm in control. He's not. I'm the one who's boosting up my self-esteem. And it just put him at bay. And I'm like, okay, cool. I hear what he said. Yeah, we got to do better. And realizing that I'm not going to let him bring me down because we work way too hard to build ourselves up. So with that being said, let's talk about number 2. Number 2, taking a break to appreciate yourself. I know it sounds simple. I know it sounds easy. Sometimes in the middle of the day, I'll just sit there and say, hey, man, you knocked out all those emails. You actually preparing for the speech. And this is actually a good speech. Your keynote, getting ready to hit the stage. And or even if I'm just editing the Just Believe shows, hey, you actually did it, man. Take a moment to take a break and say, hey, you're doing it. You're doing your best. You are knocking out your goals. Be thankful for it. Be thankful for you because you're doing it. And that's another way to stop that inner critic and just acknowledging yourself. So with that being said, I want to talk about number 3. Number 3, learning from your mistakes with a positive attitude. I know it sounds easier said than done, but it's something that I had to practice, right? I used to look on YouTube or Reddit and look at a dish. Oh, hey, I'm going to make this for dinner. And when it didn't come out the way that it looked on YouTube or on Reddit, I used to beat myself up for it so much. Damn it, man. How did you mess this up? Come on, man. You got to do better. And I just learned, hey, maybe you added too much salt, or maybe you added too much whatever, or maybe you just in a rush and trying to do everything at a fast pace. Next time, slow it down. That's what you was doing. You was rushing. They said, and it could be something so simple. Hey, have the oven on 350. But you know what? You cranked it all the way up to 375. That affected the dish. Realizing like sometimes we move too fast. Sometimes we're not paying attention too much. paying attention to detail, and not really beating myself up. So, hey, when I make this again, guess what? I know what to do now. Take my time. Actually make sure I read the instructions and actually get it. So when I do make the dish now, the next time I make the dish, it's going to come out the way that it looks. Simple as that. So let's talk about number four. Number four, practice being kind to yourself. We talk about being kind to yourself. Some people may think about self-care, and self-care is key. Honestly, that is a way to be kind to yourself. You can go to the spa, or if you're one of the ladies and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to the nail salon. I'm going to go get my manicure and pedicure done. That is perfectly fine. Don't worry, guys. You can get it done too. It is perfectly okay. And that could be good. And you can reward yourself by going to the movies and being kind. Hey, I worked very hard. You know what? I'm actually going to reward myself and go to the movies, may go to the restaurant. One of my favorite things to really be kind to myself, you can judge me if you want, is going to get ice cream. I reward myself by going to get ice cream with the family, and we'll just make a good event out of it. Or sometimes if the family's not around, I might stop and go get a coffee and just slow the world down, but reward myself. I'm like, hey, yeah, I can make coffee at home, but let me go reward myself and go get this latte and have a good time. So those are ways to be kind to yourself and just do that a little bit more. Stop beating yourself up. Because life can be challenging and overwhelming. And at the end of the day, you don't need to add more stress to yourself. So be kind to yourself. So with that being said, we're going to wrap it up with this episode. Hopefully you had a blast with this episode. I try to check all the boxes when it comes to ways to boost your self-esteem and then create a happier you, because you deserve to be happy. We all do. Don't try to be others. I want you to remember this. You are amazing just the way you are. There's no need to be anybody else because they're already taken. So just be you. That being said, just believe. I'm out. Peace.